The mystery of the empty tomb has plagued biblical scholars for centuries. Some historians think that the Romans or even the Jews stole the remains to prevent further complications. Others think that it could have been the guards at the entrance, or even perhaps the apostles themselves. But what really happened? The only remaining piece of evidence that got left behind was none other than the cloth that was used throughout Yeshua's body, known today as the Shroud of Turin. Are you spiritually prepared for this truth? Bishop Clergy DeFrancesco here to lay down the cold hard facts. From the teachings of the Gospel of Evangelist Domini, we learn that the shroud was caused by an olden style of transportation technology used by the Anunnaki. If you aren't up to speed on this celestial race, then we suggest taking a look at the work of Zecharia Sitchin's The 12th Planet as a point of reference. In brief summary, the Anunnaki are the ones that began civilization here on planet Earth and created man by fusing ape DNA with a part of their own DNA. Do not let what you may know of science fiction hinder you from learning this piece of science fact. Back during Yeshua's lifetime, the transporter technology used by the Anunnaki during this period caused the accelerated object to heat up considerably. As you might know from basic physics, molecular acceleration produces heat. So, as some very clever theorists have surmised, Yeshua was quite literally transported out of the tomb by the Anunnaki. This then left us with the imprint of Yeshua's bodily figure scorched onto the Shroud of Turin. Hard to believe, right? Well, not really if you take a look back to the distant past. The enlightened have come to learn that the Anunnaki have been watching and guiding humanity for a very long time, and they have left clues on various cultural artifacts to prove this over the centuries. So it leaves the question, what happened after Yeshua was taken back up into the spaceship? Again, from the teachings of the Gospel of Evangelist Domini, we know that after his body arrived in the ship, immediately after, the Anunnaki immersed his spirit back into the body and revived it. He then traveled to various locations, with the help of the ship, of course, in order to prove the validity of his claims. And yes, he did have the ability to pass through objects in his physical body with the aid of the ship. When this task was completed, what happened next was known by most as the Ascension, when he lifted back up into the ship to return to Nibiru. And yes, at the time, this transportation process did release light, but just before this event transpired, he again made several stops around the world, but this time to pass on his wisdom to key individuals. So that's what happened after the crucifixion 2,000 years ago in a nutshell. Thank God and Lord Rael for allowing this most impressive information and knowledge to be shared to the Lord's congregation. Thank you, and God bless.
Those within the Ecumenical Order of Christ are pleased and honored to provide everyone with the whole truth behind history, religion, and end-time prophecies. Through our teachings and testimonies, each clergy member is dedicated to seeking out all matters and presenting the unadulterated evidences clearly, with the divine guidance of the returned Christ, Lord Rael. We strive to be a light in this dark world, and you can too by helping spread these messages. Many of us have given up our comfortable lives in today's society, and we now live through the kindness and generosity of others in order to pursue the higher path of knowledge. If you wish to continue learning more truths and would like to help us continue our mission, you can do so by sending even a small donation to sanctuaryinterfaithisrael@gmail.com on PayPal. Check us out online at sanctuaryinterfaith.org, lordrael.org, and armageddonbroadcastnetwork.tv. Don't forget to join us online at the International Congregation of Lord Rael on both Facebook and VK. Please be sure to check out all of the links in the description field. Remember to love God and each other. Thank you and God bless.